What's going on, guys, and welcome back to DSG. This is our 15-month account review, or 446-day account review. I started this account on May 29th, 2020, and right now the recording, it is August 29th, 2021. If you guys have never seen this series before, this is where I go off script and go throughout my account, so you might hear me rambling a little more than I usually do in my newer videos where I'm trying to be more scripted and concise. The goal of this video is to give you guys some guidance and show you guys what goes through my mind when I go month to month into my account and why I make choices that I make, and it's all adaptive and trying to be proactive as to where the game is going instead of more reactive, even though I feel that my account is probably more reactive obviously to what changes because we don't exactly know what's coming to the game, but we can always try our best to be a little more proactive than reactive in trying to make our account stronger. With that said, let's go over the flow of this video. So we're going to go through my goals and predictions that I had for this month of August, and then I'm going to go and pull out my plan for September, going over the characters I'm going to farm, the characters I'm going to gear, and just overall the account progress in that middle section. The last section is where I'm going to predict what's going to come to the game and also my goals for the next month, and then I will also show you guys some in-game progress of my account so you can see how my account actually looks in-game. Might be a little bit more it might be better for you guys to visualize once you see it in-game, kind of see my ascension progress as well. With that said, let's get into the first part of this video, which is going to be reviewing the goals I had for this month and also the predictions I had for this month. So my goals for August of 2021 was to get Shen King Candy, Maximus, and Flynn for my grand campaign farms, complete them. I completed Shen King Candy and I'm actually on Flynn. I'm putting Maximus a little bit later in the farming. You'll see where I put him, and I'll explain why later. Elite Battle farming Vanellope and Fix of Felix. Fix of Felix is done, and Vanellope is I think about 50 or so away. So Vanellope is almost done, and we'll be all set for Ralph when that comes around. Tourney farms Tink, Mordew, Kronk. We finished Tink, and we're on to Mordew, and hopefully slowly and surely we'll get to Kronk, definitely for sure this month. So Tourney farms are almost done, and pretty excited about that. Summoner score 360k, level 76. We hit 358 to this morning, and we are now level 77 actually. Number 5 here, gear 8.5 for Herc, gear 8 for Triton, gear 7 Hades, Triton, Merida, Polka. So we did get gear 8 Triton, we got a gear 8.5. Actually, not a gear 8.5. We got a speed piece for Herc. We got Triton to gear 8. And we pushed Hades really far back into the gearing process, and Merida and Polka have also been pushed back just because I haven't switched and made my push towards Ralph. That's going to wrap it up for the goals for August 2021. Pretty happy about it, turned out pretty well, and now let's look at the predictions I had for this month. It's been pretty, slow, to be honest, for stuff coming out, but they have been teasing more and more things about the raid, so the Herc Zeus raid, I was really excited. Hopefully it was going to come out sooner at the end of this month. It looks like September looks like it's going to be the month for this one. I've been talking about this forever, but I'm pretty sure that now September would definitely be the month for this to actually come out. Number 2, your non-legendary character release, and that was going to be that's Frank and Lily. So actually it took a while for them to actually release a new character. I was kind of surprised. There was actually, I think, about more than a 5-week gap between a new character, and if you know DSA at all, they're pretty fast when it comes to new characters, and they like to release a lot. So to see it took them that long to release it was for me a good sign, because I was happy that it actually took some time between new characters, and these characters actually look pretty promising. So I'm excited about that too, not like Peter Pan. Moving on to our farming plan, as you can see here, we are only at 26 characters left for our farming plan, which I'm ecstatic about because that means we're almost done with grand campaign farming. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do with grand campaign farming after, obviously I'm not going to farm all and waste a lot of energy on characters that I already have. Instead, I'm going to use the energy that I would use on grand campaign and put them to gearing up characters. And of course, once the next legendary comes in or a new grand campaign farm comes in from a side quest, I'll definitely start farming that as well. But just kind of break it down here. We're going for Flynn for the Ascension campaign. We have some wilds and princesses there. We have Quora for raids. We have Robin Hood, Shere Khan. We do have Sally and Jack Skellington pretty high up here. The reason being, there is the Oogie Boogie holiday that comes out in December, and I don't want to spend resources on Oogie Boogie if I can get him by getting Sally and Jack. So yes, I do take him to 7-7 for me to complete that event. I wanted to complete it anyways, so that's why Oogie Boogie is at the very end instead of being with the Sally and Jack. And you do complete, if you complete the Oogie Boogie event, you do get I think 270 tokens, so pretty close to 7 stars anyway. And I think I have already unlocked, so I'll be able to actually get Oogie Boogie all set up. So that's my plan for them. Downtown Villains, and we have Maximus and Credibles pushing through. They are color coordinated, so the blue is that top blue in the left. That group is obviously for September. Orange October, green November, red December, the last light blue in January. But most likely we actually, just depending on the speed, so these other characters are already very high up in their farming. I don't have to put as much resources on them, and it'll be done like maybe in a couple days. So that's what I'm really looking forward to with this batch over here. That's going to be our September farming plan. Now let's move on to our gearing plan. Now I do have a lot of characters here ready for gear 7. You're probably wondering, well, why aren't you pushing the gear tier 8? Some of these characters I don't need to gear 8 them right away. A lot of them for their events only need to be gear 7. And if you are wondering as well, and I'll show you guys in my account, there's a lot of characters I already have at gear 7. I don't need to bring them to gear 8. Like, they're not a necessity, so that's why being very concise here. You will see, for instance, like Moana, Daisy, Minnie, Eve, these characters have the purple plus a white outline around them. That means that those are candidates for gear tier 8 as well, and so I want to bring them to gear 8 eventually, but not right away. If we can, we'll get Rapunzel as well, so that we can go through the Ascension campaign. That's really what I want to get through, is just get through the Ascension campaign and do it as good of a job I can through that, because once you get through the Ascension campaign, it's going to be so crucial later on in the game, because it's just such a crucial part for gear 9 for you to farm those gear pieces. And just to kind of go an overall trend here, we are farming for Ascension, finishing off some raid stuff here, and then we're going for more event style characters. So you have like Jasmine, Genie for Jafar. We have the Rescue Rangers gadget, that's also for Namari, so it kind of flows pretty well there. And if we can get gadget soon enough, then hopefully we can do that. And so we get Namari to get Cruella with the Kingdom villains there. We get Gizmo and Eve to get Wally. Gizmo also get Eve, and we have Captain Hook and Tinkerbell to help hopefully get Peter Pan eventually. Which I know you're probably wondering, where is Smee and Wendy? Well, I don't have Wendy unlocked, and I don't really have Smee very high, but Smee would probably get thrown in here as well. And then after that, Maui, obviously he is an event lock character, and by getting Moana up there helps me with princesses, but also helps me get through these oceanic characters as well. And I do have more faction based characters after that, and kind of just capping off some teams. So we have Minnie, Daisy, I want them for Sensational 6 defense and whatnot, so they're also candidates to gear 8. Steamboat is just a meme, I just gonna leave it there. We have Big Hero 6 at the end over here. We do have Miguel at the end, and that's just because I hopefully just do Summoner's Showdown, I'll be able to get Miguel to 7 stars, and he'll be a lot stronger. That's my goal, obviously, with them. And you can see there also we do have Jack and Sally there for Oogie Boogie eventually. And Oogie Boogie will be up here too, because I do love the Night Before Christmas team. And you know, as I get more and more characters, essential characters, you know, past gear 7, past gear 8, those resources can finally get dropped down to these characters, because there's not as many essential characters in the game that I haven't geared up yet, so now they'll be brought to more of the general base of characters out there. Now let's go over to our account progress for this month. So looking at July to August, so from July to August we acquired 3 gear 8 characters. I can't remember off the top of my head who they are, but I believe Calhoun was one, Triton was one, and I forgot who the third one was, maybe Zerg or something. Gear 7 tunes, we went from 10 to 12, but really we went from 10 to 15 down to 12 because 3 got promoted to gear 8. So we actually gained a net of about 5 gear 7 tunes, and 3 of them became gear 8. In terms of summoner score, and this is all because of the whole push for Ralph, is that we got about like what 25,000 summoner score boost, and next month it's probably going to be the same. We're probably going to hit like 375 as you finish off a lot of these characters, and just think about this, the gear and the gold putting into some of these characters for Ascension, so they're going to boost up the summoner score a lot. That's what we're looking for in terms of the account progress, in terms of like raw numbers. And I would say this has been a pretty productive month. You will see probably this starting to slow down a little bit in terms of the summoner score growth, but you will see Gear 7, Gear 8 tunes definitely grow as we keep on pushing for more Gear 7 tunes so that we can bring more to Gear 8. But that's going to be the account progress, and let's move on to predictions. The Zeus raid are imminent for real this time. I really think it's going to come around. They've been showing some ads now or trailers, and they've shown 2 already, so I'm pretty sure that this Zeus raid is coming in pretty close. Definitely, if it doesn't drop September, I'll be really freaking annoyed and pissed off because of all the trailer stuff they're dropping. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get it, and we're gonna get Zeus as our new Ursula for this month. Ralph returning this month for sure, and more retired events making their 3-day event debut. We already got Onward and Lion King. Pretty sure they're gonna add more. Now let's move on to our goals for September. So gear farming, we're gonna go Flynn Rider, Pocahontas, Merida, Korra, Robin Hood, and Shere Khan. Elite battle farming, we have Vanellope and Flynn Rider. For attorney farmers, Mordu and Kronk. Summoner score 375k and hopefully level 79. That's our goal. For number 5 here, Gear 8 Ralph, and Gear 7 Shanking, Candy, Frank, Wolf, if not Rapunzel as well. That's going to be our goals for September, and now I'm going to bring you guys into the game. So as you can see, we are now in the game in my collection, and you can see I have favorited a good amount of characters here, and these are just kind of the characters I have on a monthly goal. So this gets refreshed, you know, every time, every month or so, whenever, especially if I complete someone. Like once King Candy is at level 7, or it's not level 70, Gear 7, he's gonna be off this list. Same thing with Shank. Like I don't really have much of a need of them to really gear them up past that, for now at least. Except maybe Vanellope, so I might put Vanellope back in my favorites, but this is what I love to utilize about the favorites. I wish there was a way to make like your own customizable list besides your favorites, like several of these, where I can put like, okay, these are the characters I want to bring to Gear 7. Because the problem is when you filter it over here, for instance, it just doesn't go the way I want it to. Like I don't want to see my Gear 8s, for instance, right? And then I don't want to have like all my favorites, only my favorites. I want it to be like in batches, but they can't do that right now, unfortunately. But that's just an idea for DSA and the devs. Maybe make that a concept in the future. Here are all my characters that I'm really focusing on this month. Pretty good progress so far, I think, that they've made, and I can't wait to hopefully try and push to get Zeus by the end of the year. Or I don't even know how long it's going to take, but I think I when Ursula came out, I got her about like 5 or 6 months after, so it'll probably be the same thing anyways. But just to unlock Zeus would be pretty awesome to finally have that character be usable. And you can see I have a lot of characters with either the 3-star or a lot of these level 1 chips. I've stopped putting on the level 2 stones. I'll craft them, but I won't put them on. So if these characters already have them on them, then that means they've, you know, been on there for a long time before I made this decision. So I'm gonna leave it at there. I'm not gonna add more characters to have a level 2 stone. Instead, I'm just gonna focus on 1 and level 3 stones, because the level 2 stones, the cost to take them off, put them on, and then craft a level 3 stone, it's just a lot of wasted gold basically. So that's why I have shifted away from that type of mentality really in using that. And I'll kind of show you guys my progress in the Ascension campaign. So here we are in the Ascension campaign. Phase 1 has been done for a while. Phase 2, I haven't been able to really cap off any of these, unfortunately, just because I have not diverged resources or even tried to spend to get these characters to Gear 8. And my main focus has been just getting towards the wilds over here and the Tangled characters, so that I can complete those last 4 nodes, and then hopefully eventually complete this node, just so that in the near future I'll be able to have the ability to really farm these out for the characters that really do need them. If you guys have any questions in terms of where to go in the game, roster, etc., always feel free to reach out to me and I'll be glad to help. Anyways guys, thank you so much. Help us get to 1K subscribers by the end of the year. I always appreciate you guys watching the vids, commenting, like, subscribing, hit that, share this with your friends, share this with your club mates, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.